Hey, hey you down here. Are you scared of squat toilets? Well, I'm going to show you all the things that I learned about using squat toilets so you don't have to be scared of them anymore. Here we go. Hello, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about squat toilets. Yeah, you heard me. I was so scared to use squat toilets when I was traveling that I avoided them for a large part of my travels until I learned a few tips and tricks and trial by error. I'm going to teach you everything that I know and what I learned so that you can use squat toilets way more successfully straight from the beginning. So there's a few things that you want to make sure that you have prepped and make sure that you're doing this before you go into the actual toilet. Now, first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your pants, whatever you're wearing on the bottom half of your body, is rolled up. Now, you want to roll this up to at least your top of your calf. If it's flowy pants, you want to roll that up. So rolling down, you just want to roll that all the way up. I've got flowy pants on, and you have it up above your knee. Now, if you are wearing a skirt or a dress or something like that, and you just want to roll that up around your waist and get that hiked up as much as you can. If it's just a dress that's very flowy, I would once I'm in the bathroom, I would kind of hike that under my bra strap. So that's what I would do. Now you want to make sure that you're doing this prior to going in because the floor is usually going to be wet and you don't know if it's water or pee. So regardless, even if it is water, you don't want the bottom of your clothes to be wet, but probably is a little bit of pee in there. Next, you want to make sure that you have toilet paper. So most places you're not going to have toilet paper in the actual squat toilets. Some places that know that their tourists are going to be there, they'll have some toilet paper in there, or you may have to pay for it. But I always keep a pack of the travel tissues, and I just stick that in my bag, and I keep that with me all the time. That way you're able to use toilet paper instead of the other options. Now you might be wondering what these other options are. Now these other options, there's one is going to be basically if you don't have anything with you, you're just drip drying. Sorry. Now, the next thing you will see in a lot of places is you're going to have a bum gun. That's the nickname, and I've yet to use it because I know I would be disastrous at it. Basically, it's a hose with a little squirter at the end, and you use that to like you would toilet paper. You're cleaning yourself off. Now, I don't do it because I think water is just going to get everywhere, but it's basically like a portable bidet. So if you are coming into, if you just want to give that a go for it. But I tend to stay away with it and keep my tissues with me. So once you've rolled up your clothing, the next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you empty your pockets. So if you have a bag or hopefully someone with you, you can just empty your pockets like any change or your phone or anything like that. Give that to someone or put it in your bag and make sure you have your bag either around your neck or on like a backpack. Don't take it off. There's going to be nowhere to put it. So you want to make sure that all that stuff's out because once you drop your pants, that stuff could go flying and you're not going to want to pick it up. The next thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you're wearing shoes. Yes, you're kind of wondering right now, why wouldn't I be wearing shoes? Well, you would be surprised at how many places make you take off your shoes in those locations. So this could be restaurants, this could be temples. Temples and restaurants are two big ones that could ask you to take your shoes off. So if you do take your shoes off, I do one of two things. Either I carry my shoes with me, so I just, instead of leaving them at the door at the shoe place, I put them in my bag and I carry them with me. Another thing that I do is I carry a pair of flip-flops with me, so something like really small that can be smushed up into your bag, really light. That way I can have my shoes outside and be able to slip on these extra pair of shoes if I need to use the bathroom. Now the last thing is if I didn't do either one of those two, what I would do and I had to use the bathroom, I would just run out front, grab my shoes, carry them in, and then put them on in the bathroom. So make sure you're wearing shoes because, like I just mentioned, there's going to be usually a wet floor. And you don't know what that is. Nasty. Next thing you want to make sure is you want to have a plastic bag. Now, you don't necessarily always have to have a plastic bag, but it's a just in case bag. When you are finished and you're using your toilet paper or they have supplied toilet paper, there's sometimes a basket in the room where you're supposed to put the toilet paper. You can't put it down the squat toilet because they have different piping systems and different sewage and that it will not accommodate these big pieces of toilet paper or Kleenex or whatever. So you want to make sure that you are not putting it down there. Sometimes it just happens because it's just instinct, but try to remember not to do that and stick it into the waste paper basket. Now, if there is no waste paper basket, what I do is I put it into the plastic bag, tie it up, and then I just put it in my bag until I cut to a new place that has a garbage can. And the last thing you want to prep before you go in is making sure that you have hand sanitizer. Not everywhere is going to have running water or sink in the toilet, so you want to make sure that you have that hand sanitizer to be able to wash your hands once you finished using the bathroom. The next step is deciding if you need to do a number 1 or a number 2. Yes, I know. Not everyone likes to talk about it. Once you start traveling and going to weird places, you'll be surprised at how many people talk about your poop. So, I don't know, it's just a thing. There is a difference because if you're needing to go number 1, you're needing to face a different way versus a number 2. Now, I'm going to explain why. So first, when you get into the toilet area, you want to be straddling the squat toilet. So basically, there's going to be 2 like little foot indents beside the squat toilet, and you want to put your feet right there, and that's where it's going to be the best position. The way that the squat toilets are, there's many different types. All of them will have a hole at the back, and then there's going to be like a bit of a ramp. It's like a little ramp up at the front. If you're going pee and you're facing the front, which is where the ramp is and the hole is at the back, you're going to get a little splashback. And no one wants a little splashback. It doesn't matter how slow you pee, you're going to get a little splashback. So you want to make sure when you're doing number 1, you want to get into the toilet and then you want to face the back. That way you're peeing straight down the hole and you're not getting any splashback. Now, if you're doing a number 2, you want to do the opposite because you want to poop down the hole as best you can, because then it makes it so much easier for cleanup. Now, a thing you will see in most of these squat toilets is you're going to find a big bucket of water and you're going to find a scoop or a cup in this water. Now, don't be afraid, this is clean water. They bring it in all the time. Now, all you have to do is once you're finished doing your business, you want to take that scoop and you want to fill it with water and you want to flush some water down the toilet about 2 or 3 times. Now, a little hot tip for you, if you're doing a number 2, I would put some water down on that into the squat toilet first, just for a little bit easier of cleanup. The other thing that you want to know how to do is how to actually pee squatting without peeing all over yourself and without peeing all over your pants. Now, if you have never done this, you can do this obviously in a squat toilet. This is also the way you would do it out in the wilderness, out in nature. What you want to do first, obviously I would have my pants rolled up. Now, when you go to squat, don't worry, I've got leggings on. It's not going to be a peep show. When you go to squat, you want to pull your pants down just to the top of the knees. Now, this way, when you squat, you're not going to be having the pants down here. Now, the second thing you want to do is you want to grab the back of your pants and hold it together in the front. That way, you're pretty clear and free to do your business and not have any splashes. So you want to make sure that you are pants to the knees and then pull the back of your pants up to the front and just hold it there. The other thing that a lot of people ask me about is how do you get up from a squat position? We're not accustomed to sitting in this position, and it creates it a little bit harder when you don't have like all those leg muscles to help you out. So there's a couple things. First, you can rest your hands on your thighs, and then when you go to get up, push your arms into your thighs and stick your bum out. It's going to be one of the easier ways to get up. Another thing, if you are having troubles, you can just hug your knees, and that'll help you stay steady as well. One thing that I found that I do, sometimes it's not always steady. I'm not always steady, and I don't really want to touch anything, is basically I just take my one finger and I just touch the wall just to steady myself, and that's it. And then after, I obviously clean my hands, but I'm able to steady myself and do that. Now, there are many different types of toilets. You're going to come across different versions of the squat toilet, and you just have to be aware and decide how you're going to actually use it using these tools. Now, there are the squat toilets that are normally like this, but there are also ones that you'll come across that are like long drops, like in Mongolia, where it is basically sort of like an outhouse, and most of the time without the house. So there'll be like a wall built up, usually out of rock or something, and then you're just going to be free. But the thing is, there's very few people out and about in these areas, so you're not going to get someone, coming near you. But what I like to do is I like to face the wall. Personally, I would rather have someone seeing my butt than anything else. That's my thing. I like to face the wall when it's just a giant pit of poop. Another quick little tip is when you are going into places that have lots of bathrooms, so it's like rest stops or trains or airports and stuff like that, and you're in certain countries that do use squat toilets, one thing you want to do is you want to check to see if one side has squat toilets and one side has Western toilets, because that's what I found. When I was on one of my first trains in Asia, I went to go to the bathroom in the morning. It was an overnight train, and went to go open the bathroom, and it was squat toilet. I'm like, nope, I can hold it. But when I was taking my luggage off the train, I saw on the other side that it was a Western toilet. And I've seen this in multiple airports as well, that you just want to double check. If you go to one side and it's just an automatic and you see a squat toilet, if you don't want to use the squat toilet, double check to make sure that there's not a Western toilet on the other side. There you go. I hope this helps you with your fears of doing the squat toilets. The more you do it, the easier it's going to get, just because the fear disappears and it's going to be a lot easier. And you'll almost sometimes prefer doing a squat toilet over the Western toilets, especially in places where they're not used to having Western toilets. They don't know how to maintain them, and they don't know how to keep them clean, and there's usually broken seats or no seats at all. So you want to make sure that you are comfortable using this, because sometimes it is the better option. So if you guys have any questions about this or any questions about travel in general, be sure to reach out to me, drop a comment down below, or you can also email me. I'll put all the information down below. Now, if you liked this video, make sure you subscribe. I'm going to come at you with tons more travel videos and travel tips and tricks to get you out there and exploring. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.